Hey everyone, it's Tremia and Buddy and we're just hanging out in the backyard before the sun gets too out of whack. I got on my sunscreen, but per my rheumatologist, she doesn't want me out in the sun anywhere between, the normal guidelines is 10 to 4, and at times she told me during the summer here in Oklahoma, really up until 6 p.m. because our sun is just so direct and blaring until then. And so, I stay inside pretty much. It looks like I got a little color, but it's that L'Oreal Sublime spray. I've been using it this past week so I don't look so pale. It's been one of those weeks. I don't have any makeup on or anything. I've been saying I'll fake it till I make it, and put on my makeup and everything. I did got on my clothes instead of my pajamas today, but I haven't been feeling too well. It's been a month since I was in the hospital with the c-diff colitis and the esophagitis, and I went through that round of antibiotics, went that extra week, and it started all over again. So my doctor started me back on the second round of antibiotics, and I finished that today, in which I really don't think the c-diff is there anymore. Who knows, but I did have esophagitis and colitis, and so when I came back up the second time around, he wanted to do the colonoscopy and the EGD again, because he didn't agree with some of the pathology reports from what he saw, based upon they came back completely normal. And we've got pictures of the candida going all the way down into my stomach, and they said there is normal, there was nothing there, and he felt like they got my pathology slides mixed up with another patient's. So I had to go through the colonoscopy and the EGD again, and this time we did it at the ambulatory care center instead of in the hospital, because prior I was already admitted into the hospital. But I probably already told this story, but in the ambulatory care center, they're limited on what medications they can use to sedate you, and Versed is mainly it. And Versed doesn't work for me all the time. And this time it didn't work at all. So I was awake through the whole thing, from both scopes and everything, yeah, it's just like one thing just piles on top of each other. And so the next time we do anything like that, he said to make sure we do anything that I have to have done, a procedure wise, where they just kind of sedate you with the Versed, that has to be done in the hospital, where they can use stronger medications. But those pathology reports did come back, showing all the inflammation and edema and everything. Luckily, it didn't come back showing Crohn's or celiac. Thank God, because I just, it's hard enough dealing with, just the straight lupus involvement. I feel sorry for you guys that have like Crohn's or celiac added on top of it. I just don't see how you do it. And I keep rubbing my eyes because my Sjogren's is way out of control. My eyes just keep on, I know it's dry eyes, but they water just continuously. And I've had 4 ophthalmologists nationwide tell me, that's normal. It seems opposite, but it's normal. And I put eye drops in, and they quit watering for a while. But in my mouth, the dryness is way out of control. And I have my water. But I feel like sitting here like this. But So as far as my stomach, he goes, I can't help but notice, you know, when we were in the hospital and we had increased your steroids, you know, you were doing better. So meaning, you know, this is all, you know, lupus related. And which, you know, I know anyway. I just wish there was some way to treat it other than steroids or going back in for chemotherapy, or as we all wish, the same thing. So I'm just kind of left hanging here. My breathing, went back to the pulmonary doctor yesterday. I've been kind of putting off, I've been wanting to make the video, but it's like then I have another doctor's appointment the next day. So I'll make the video once I know all the information from that doctor. But then I go and I find out, well, I gotta wait for more information, and I gotta wait for, then I go to the doctor, then I gotta wait for more, and then it's, so I'm making it, and there's gonna be, of course, more information later, and probably later this afternoon. Went to the pulmonary doctor yesterday. You know, my sleep study came back with no sleep apnea. The new inhalers she gave me, like the Advir, but it has no steroid in it, didn't help at all. So she gave me a different kind of something to use in the nebulizer and stuff, and she sent me for a perfusion lung imaging scan, which looks for microemboli, meaning looking for microscopic blood clots in my lungs. Because prior to the stem cell transplant, I had APS, the antiphospholipid syndrome. Right now, I don't know if I do or not, because things are just slowly starting to show back up. And she goes, well, you know, we want to see that. So she sent us directly over to the hospital. We got that done, and I guess I didn't have anything major, because if I had a blood clot, they would have not let me leave the hospital, I'm hoping. But they said, you know, you're fine, you'll hear from your doctor tomorrow. And about the pulmonary rehab, she also said that, you know, she's got to figure out how to do it, because usually the patient is already inpatient and they just stay inpatient and go from there. So she has to see how to get me evaluated and get me inpatient for the pulmonary rehab. Now with all that said and done, now it's like, oh gosh, you know, there's just so much going on. And then Thursday I have my IVIG, and it's there's just so much, and it's just like, you know, what do I do? I'm to the point of having to make decisions again. And, you know, I want to do the pulmonary rehab, and inpatient is basically the only way I can start it, because I can't get myself, it took me 4 hours to get up and get ready to go to the doctor yesterday. And I can't do that every day to get up and to make it to pulmonary rehab. And so inpatient would be the beginning process, and then it would go to outpatient or home. She said it would go to home therapy, then outpatient. And there's things coming up that it's like, man, you know, I'll be missing out on because I would be inpatient in the hospital. And then I know that's kind of, it's like, but I want my life too, but I want to be able to breathe, and you know, it's like, do I push and try to make this happen quicker? But it won't matter, you know, I'll miss the things that I want to be doing. Or do I just kind of slowly let things fall into place? And then what do I do about the lupus? You know, right now it's got my GI tract all messed up. Plus I'm sure it's kind of doing what it's doing to my lungs. And, you know, did the Rituxan, is all it's going to do? Because it's been 3 months out. I think it's been pretty sure 3 months out. And that's when it hits its maximum. And, you know, do I do the Cytoxin? I don't want to go into chemotherapy again. I don't want to go into chemotherapy. You know, then the thought of Benlysta's come across my mind. But Benlysta is not as strong as Rituxan, or definitely not Cytoxin. And in passing, you know, my rheumatologist has said Benlysta is just basically a lesser form of Rituxan. So I see her tomorrow, and I'm going to ask her, you know, is that a possibility? But I know everybody that I've followed that's done Benlysta, you know, it takes 9 months to a year for them to see improvement. And, you know, I just don't know what to do. You know, I've been through the stem cell transplant. I've been through the whole gamut. Definitely didn't expect to be in the position I'm in. And to try to figure out the answers to these questions it seems like almost impossible. But it's just, you know, we pray and find out what we're at peace with. I so want my stomach to start feeling better so I can eat. Doesn't matter what it is, I'm in pain. If I just eat a bowl of cream of chicken soup, I'm in pain. If I eat a steak, I'm in the same pain. So it's like whenever I just get to the point of, okay, I'm willing to accept the pain, I just eat what I eat. Other than that, I've been drinking Ensure, which still causes me some stomach upset, but I mainly drink it right before I take my medications. I'll take a drink or two. I don't drink a whole bottle at once, or it does hurt my stomach. I did find the Ensure clear, and I actually haven't drank any of it yet. I'm going to have to try it today. But you know, I gotta be able to eat. So what do and keep my nutrition up? And, you know, do I handle all this before I do the rehabilitation? Or do I go through the rehabilitation just hoping that I don't flare so bad I'm down? You know, so my doctor will give me guidance tomorrow and help me make the right choices. I know, you know, when I was in the hospital, the higher dose of the steroid helped. And I don't want to do the steroid because, like I said, I'm osteoporosis, I've got cataracts, glaucoma, diabetes, you know, my skin's in bad shape, adrenal insufficiency, you know, I'm on my second hand here, you know, the Cushingoid, everything that it could do to me, it's done to me, and everything that it can do for me, it's done for me. You know, it saved my life several times. Life of lupus. You know, I'm worn out, I'm tired, you know, the fatigue is starting to get to me. I know I'm slowing down, my walking is getting harder than what it was before. And, you know, and that's been since I've been in the hospital. You know, that hospital, being that sick and being, you know, fed intravenously and stuff. You know, I was really sick. So, hopefully I'll find out more about the pulmonary rehab this afternoon. My rheumatologist will help me figure out if I need to, you know, do some infusions, do something before we do the pulmonary rehab, and help me get some, you know, get this all straightened out up in here so I can have some peace of mind instead of trying to figure it out all on my own. So, and the headaches. I gotta get some help with the headaches. So, I've been rambling on, and it was really much about I know nothing yet, and I'm still going in circles. Been to the doctor or the hospital almost every day for the past week or two, and today I don't have any doctor's appointments, no hospital appointments, just a couple of phone calls coming through. So I hope to get some rest. So I'll see you guys in the next video.